Percent definition. A percent is a ratio that compares to 100. Ratio that compares to 100. So the first one, we are asked to write 25% as a decimal and as a fraction. As a fraction, I would write it 25 over 100, and that reduces to 1/4. And then as a decimal, we can just move our decimal point 2 places to the left, and that will be 0.25. Number 2, writing that as a decimal, you move your decimal point 2 places to the left, which is 0.06. And as a fraction, 6 over 100, which reduces to 3 over 50. 48% as a fraction, move your decimal point 2 places to the right, and that will be 48%. And as a fraction, that would be 48 over 100. Those can both be divided by 4, I believe. And as a fraction, that would be 12 over 25. 22.22 as a percent would be 22%. And as a fraction, we would do 22 over 100, which reduces to 11 over 50. And now we have some story problems. Find 105% of 72. What we're going to do is we're going to change this. We're going to translate from the mathematical sentence, from the English sentence, to a mathematical sentence. So that will be 1.05 of means times 72. And you can grab your calculator. 1.05 times 72, and that is 75.6. The second method, we have the circle with an of and an equal sign, 1.05 and a 72 would be on the bottom, and since they're both on the bottom, you just multiply across. You have one on the top, one on the bottom. Like our next examples, you would divide. Number 5, 20% of 60, 0.2 times 60. Grabbing your calculators and multiplying that. That becomes 12. 4% of 36, 0.04 times 36. Grab your calculators and multiply that, and you get 1.44. Letter C, what percent of 60 is 15? What percent is where we're going to have our variable. Of 60 is 15. Solving that, you would divide both sides by 60, and you have P equals 0.25, so 25%. Or if you like the circle method, so what percent we don't know of 60 is 15, and you'll see you have the 15 over 60, so you can divide that. What percent of 35 is 7? So grabbing your calculator, you can do 7 divided by 35, and you end up with 0.2, which is 20%. Number 8, 440 is what percent of 400. Solving this, you would divide both sides by 400. 440 divided by 400. P equals 1.1. And when you move your decimal point over 2 places, that is 110%. Letter D, 40%, so 0.4 of what number is 14? So dividing here, you would divide by 0.4, and that is 35. Or method number 2, you would have your 40%, which is your 0.4, times some number is 14, and you would do 14 divided by 0.4, which is 35. Number 9, 120% becomes 1.2 times what number is 90. Dividing both sides by 1.2, you end up with 75. And number 10, 40 is, changing this, 0.008 times what number? You divide by 0.008. 40 divided by 0.008 is 5,000. Number 11, jewelers use the carat system to determine the amount of pure gold in jewelry. Pure gold is 24 karat, meaning it's all gold. 14 karat gold ring contains 14 parts gold and 10 parts other metal. What part of the ring is gold? So we do 14 divided by 24, and when you divide that, you get 0.583. So we're going to say that gold is about 58% pure gold. 58% of the ring is gold. Number 12, the serving size of a popular orange drink is 12 ounces. The drink is advertised as containing 5% orange juice. How many ounces of orange juice are in one serving? So we do 5% of that 12 ounces. And when you do 5% times 12, you get 0.6 ounces of that. 12 ounces are actually orange juice. Number 13, survey at a local school showed 38% of the students chose chocolate ice cream as their favorite. So we will do 0.38 times the 800 students that took the survey. And when you multiply that, you get 304 students prefer chocolate. 14, Mrs. Clausen had 31 students, 19 did their homework. Ten Brock has 28 students, 22 did their homework. So altogether, 19 plus 22, 41 students did their homework. Altogether, there were 59 students, so 41 divided by 59, and that is 69.5% of the students did their homework. Commission is money earned on sales. Money earned on sales. And what happens a lot of times is you get a base salary, and then you get a percentage of your sales, and that equals your total salary. In our first example, Mr. Cortez has a base salary of $26,000 per year, and then he gets a commission of 5%. And that year he sold $300,000 worth of stuff. So $300,000 times 0.05 is 15,000. So he gets that 26 for the base salary and then a 15,000. So he has a total of $41,000 for the year. Number 16, telemarketer earns $350 per week plus 12% commission. This time they tell us the total pay is $462.80, and we are trying to find the sales. So we subtract 350 from both sides, and we have 0.12x equals 112.80. And from there we divide both sides by 1.12, and you end up with $940 worth of sales. Number 17, Betty works at Denoyer Chevrolet. She earns 8% on each car that she sells. She sold a car for $23,500 times 8%. So 23,500 times 8%, and she made $1,880 on that car. Number 18, Bill earns 16% for each boat that he sells. He earned $320. So the question is, how much was the boat? We're going to divide both sides by 0.16, and the boat that he sold was worth $2,000. Simple interest formula.